Have you noticed recently that a lot of LEGO Marvel sets have just been bad? And the few that we actually get that are decent are just way too expensive? Expansion. The main thing a good LEGO theme needs is the fans to support it. Without the fans supporting the theme's just gonna tank. And we're gonna end up with something that happened with DC when they started to decline in set quality and the theme just kind of went away, except for Batman. So to prevent the downfall of LEGO Marvel and us getting superhero sets all together, we're going to look at the issues that LEGO Marvel is facing and see if we can fix them. One of the major problems I feel like LEGO Marvel has right now is the execution of set options. You see, back in 2019, 2020, the MCU was starting to decline after Endgame a little bit. And fans weren't super happy with a lot of the movies that Marvel was producing. So LEGO, in a little bit of a desperate measure to make some cash, focused on the Infinity Saga, which was a really smart move. It gave us amazing sets like the Benatar, the Ironmonger mech, and so many more. I was ecstatic. I loved them. I thought they were great. The Benatar is one of my favorite sets to this day because it just is so beautiful. And we got great new exclusive made figures that we've never gotten before, like Obadiah Stane. Things were good. And I was really looking forward to the next year, 2021, to see what we get. But unfortunately, from there, things only declined. And they now have declined so bad that we're getting sets like this versus this. Now you may be thinking, what is wrong with this set? It has an Ant-Man, it has a Quinjet, it has an airport, right? Things we saw in the original sets. However, LEGO's execution of this set is so piss poor, it makes the old one, which is almost 9 years old, look so freaking good. The first issue with this is the base plate. Now, the base plate is nice. I mean, as a kid, I was always annoyed that my LEGO Marvel figures would just fall over, and it just kind of sucked. However, when LEGO adds a base plate, it adds a lot of added cost, and honestly, base plates are kind of boring, and the size of the base plates that LEGO are making for these sets are honestly too small to really play with. And since these base plates exist, they're taking away from the rest of the build. I mean, just look at the pathetic airplane hangar that they gave us. It's not a hangar. It's literally just an arch. It's so sad. On top of the fact the Quinjet's so small, and I really dislike it. Now, the Quinjet, there's an argument to be made that's kind of cool that you can put that with the Avengers Tower, but honestly, no one's going to do that because the Quinjet build is just blatantly bad. No one wants it. The amount of stickers that are on that thing is just insane. Like, literally, I hated building that vehicle when I bought the Avengers Tower. It was so annoying. On top of that, you're putting an Ant-Man build, which we just got like 2 years prior and just retired last year. And if you already bought that, then why would you buy this set? Because it just doesn't make sense. Like, this set is just blatantly bad. Now, let me look at another example because this is not the only bad set that they've made like this. They've made another one based off Sokovia. Yes, the Sokovia Battle is very cool, great on paper. I love that they gave us some trees, but that base plate just takes up so much of the cost that it makes the whole set kind of bad. But it's just so meh. I'd rather them have just given us a bunch of bunkers, maybe a Hydra tank, and maybe a Avengers vehicle to fight each other. Base plate set just doesn't work, and I really don't like it. I think it's a great set on paper, but that base plate just takes up so much of the square footage, and it just ruins it. Nice that they gave us 3 bad guys, which is awesome. You know, it's great to get a little army building going, but it doesn't work too well. If LEGO stopped making all these base plates in their sets, maybe their builds would be a bit better. Like the Bodega set from Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I think that's a beautiful set. While being very expensive, it's a very beautiful set and what fans are really going to be interested in versus something like this that just feels stale at this point. Now for the next problem, let's talk about minifigs. LEGO minifigures for Marvel have always been a decision of hit or miss. Sometimes they slap, sometimes they don't. But I feel like for the main Avengers core, they've just been getting more and more basic. Does anyone else feel that way? Because honestly, they just feel so bland nowadays and they feel like they're just cartoonish at this point, right? Like, they don't even feel like LEGO Marvel movie figures at all. I don't love them. The core Avengers just don't really feel the same like they used to, and it just kind of sucks. Also, the fact that they keep reusing them in sets with very mild changes, even though they have very drastic changes on screen. Personally, with the main Marvel core, this might just be me, but I just really hate them nowadays. I hate Captain America because his helmet looks weird. I really dislike the new Iron Man figure. The helmet just is terrible. Take a look at Thor. Thor, I don't even know what to look at Thor. I mean, like, he just feels so childish nowadays. Like, all his facial expressions are just a smile. No, that's not Thor. It doesn't even feel like Thor. And then Black Widow, I mean, it has stayed the same for the most part. That's the one good thing. But like, even Hulk nowadays, I just don't feel like that's Hulk unless it's Hulk from Avengers Endgame. These core figures are just honestly disgusting me, and I don't even like to see them anymore. All these new figures look great, but they keep degrading the core Avengers group. I mean, heck, look at Bucky nowadays. Bucky, what is going on in this Captain America Civil War set? Like, this Bucky is the worst thing I've ever seen. It's so under detail. It just feels bland. And why is he smiling? He is fighting for his life. Why is he smiling in this set? I genuinely do not know. Just things like this feel like pure laziness, and it really looks bad on Marvel as a brand overall. Now, I do have to give some respect to Lego actually including the core Avengers in some of the sets. Like, thank you, because honestly, it used to be so hard to get like the core Avengers team back in the day. I would have to buy all these sets to try and get, you know, all the main figures from the movie. But now they make it kind of easy and they just give them all to you in one set, which honestly I think is great for kids, but that's hurting their overall bottom line. Reason why it's hurting Lego is because, think about this, if I'm Lego, how many sets do I want to sell you? 1 or 3? I want to sell you 3 sets because you're buying more of my product. On top of that fact, since they're giving us the same core Avengers figures in every single set with maybe 1 or 2 additional figures that are different, it doesn't leave a lot of options for new figures like Quicksilver, which we haven't seen since 2016, or Doctor Doom, which we haven't seen in over 10 years. So for those reasons, I feel like the Lego Mayfig situation definitely needs some help. Now let's move on to my third issue, which is price. Now, we may be looking at a lot of these Lego Marvel sets nowadays and saying, wow, these are really expensive. Just look at the X-Mansion. We have the Natural History Museum, which released for $300, and then get the X-Mansion, which is $330. And the size comparison is not even a joke. It's small. Why? Who knows? Probably because of the Disney tax, but that's just my theory. But even with that, it doesn't quite explain how expensive some of these Marvel sets are nowadays. Let's take a look at the new Spider-Verse sets. Now, this is something the fans have been wanting for a long time. It's $50, which is explainable, I get it. You know, it's a great set, and I feel comfortable with spending $50 on this. It's gonna blow your mind. Back in 2018, we got a Sanctum Sanctorum that had 6 of these in one set. And guess how much that was? $100. Now I know this set has a car in it, which adds value to it, but you have to remember that that set had a new Big Fig named Cord. If you look at Big Fig pricing nowadays, look at Red Hulk. That set is $55 because of Red Hulk. You see what I mean? This is just outrageous. Lego Marvel pricing has been absolutely insane, and I honestly don't know what to do about it. For all of these reasons, I feel like Lego Marvel is failing the fans, and honestly, I gotta stop buying the theme at this point because it's just too expensive. Now, I do have one single shred of hope for Lego Marvel because this summer sounds like an amazing lineup of sets. We're getting an Oscorp Tower with a bunch of new minifigs. We're getting a Peter Parker's apartment. You know, we're getting some really good sets next summer. So I'm looking forward to those. However, we just saw the Endgame Battle set that's dropping very soon for $100, and this is literally the biggest piece of garbage I've seen in a long time, and I think a lot of people agree with me.
Where's the rest of you?
So yeah, take it as you will. Maybe Lego Marvel is learning. Maybe they haven't learned quite yet. But hopefully Lego learns from these issues because honestly, if they don't do something about all the minifig reuses, base plate sets, and their prices going up, Lego Marvel won't exist. Or it'll just turn to something like the Lego DC line where you only get Batman sets. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you all for watching. Make sure to smash that like and subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate all the support here on the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out and goodbye.